do in order to finalise that event. One of the key things is the input of all the post-event reporting. Now there's not that much to do, so just looking at this test event here, if we click on the Finance tab, you'll see already here, and this would be emailed to you at the time it's complete, a technical services fee invoice. So this is created on the new fee for service model, and that's created once the technical report has been marked as complete. You will receive that invoice. You can obviously also click on display at any time to be able to see that invoice as well. Other things obviously in regard to the event is the one-day memberships. Now your screen may not look exactly like this. This could be hidden from view. So in order to see that, if you just click on show, it will show that extra detail that's required. So for every one of the races that you inputted for your event will show up here as a one-day membership option being due. So it's very, very simple in terms of what you need to do. For each race, you'll need to select the fee type. So this will be in terms of, when we look at the list here, is it Enticer, Sprint, Olympic, Long Course or Iron Distance. So for a kids race it's Enticer, for Enticer it's Enticer, and standard distance here, or what we call Olympic distance. Okay, so we select Olympic. So just a case of making sure those are clicked on the correct items there. You can then input your numbers for each particular event. So the annual members, one-day members, annual member teams, and one-day member teams. So you'll do that for each of the events. Hit update. That just saves those details. Now, if you still just want to check, or you're not quite ready to produce your invoice, because obviously once you produce your invoice, you're unable to cancel that invoice without contacting Triathlon Australia direct. So please make sure your details are correct before you roll down to the next step, which here is Create ODM Fees Invoice. So when you click on that, it will create an invoice for you, and that invoice will be sent automatically to you and will be, again, as you can see here, is available to be displayed in there as well. Now, one of the other items we've had in the past is the upload of participant data. Now, when that is ready to go, that will actually be down the bottom here where it says click show hide participants. At the moment, we're not actually going forward with that as we're still working through some of the issues we have in terms of the upload. We will contact you separately in regard to just doing that upload for your events at a later date. We don't envisage that will take too much longer just to get that finalised. And again, that'll be a very simple process for you to follow. Next tab, we're obviously looking here, and here we're looking at everything that sort of says post-race. So next item is insurance claims. So as you can see for this at the moment, it says there are no pending insurance claims. So this is how, if there isn't any insurance claims, please make sure you tick this box. If not, you will be contacted to confirm that you do have no pending insurance claims. This is quite key. Now, we're not saying that necessarily there are insurance claims, but they're pending, they're possible insurance claims. If you do have something from your event, then you would be presented with this screen. You click and you go add possible claim. And from there, you can complete the detail for that particular incident. If you have your own reporting process or incident report form, then feel free to upload that in the attachment section and mark it appropriately. And then we can obviously mark it from there. Even if you just put some basic detail, it does highlight to us that there is a possible insurance claim, and we can obviously then just refer in the what happens section here. You could put detailed explanation uploaded in attachments, and that would make that very easy to follow. So very important one to do, either add a claim, or in this case there's no pending insurance claim, so just tick that box and you'll see that disappears. Next thing is medical. Now this is something we would like to be able to track for our events, so I would ask that you just take the time just to put in some few brief details in here. It's not exhaustive, but in terms of the medical report, if you can just complete those details that are asked within there, and that will certainly help in some of our future work on events and help other event organisers as well. So that's all you really need to do it. as far as what you need to do. You have the option if for some reason you would like to comment on the technical team. Um, we do have a confidential race director portion here. So this essentially is anywhere you would like to let myself or anyone from Triathlon Australia directly know of any issues regarding the technical team or the event. You can do this, and this will not be seen by any of the technical officials that were allocated to your event. Keep in mind, obviously, they have their own little report there as well. And also, you can actually see you can see how the technical service fee was calculated, so how many officials were supplied to you. You can also obviously see the report. Now there's no data filled in here, but if you were to go through here, you would see yes and no's appropriate to each one of those. So you can read through and see any of the comments and feedback you've got back from the actual technical team. So that's really all we require you to do. So generally that should, you should not be take an enormous amount of time, perhaps 5-10 minutes, but it is very quick and easy to do. Keep in mind again, in terms of any payments, these are all paid to Triathlon Australia, and on all of those invoices is the event ID, which we'd ask you to use when you're actually paying for events. So for instance, this one would be SA51. But that is on all invoices, and if you can just use that, just makes payments tracking a whole lot easier. Thank you very much for your time.